What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Friday. It's another adventure in. I still don't know what to call it. We'll figure it out for the new year. Is it Misfit Corner? Is it the Nerd Den? Nerd Cave? What do you think?
Kind of like Nerd Den. That seems okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome. It's Friday. It's almost Christmas.
Oh, wait a minute, Dusty.
Yes.
What is on your hat?
On my head?
Yeah, hat. You see how his says adult fantasy and mine says Misfit Corner? What does yours say? What is that?
We'll talk about it later. If you know, you know.
I don't know.
Avery knows. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, Avery knows? Oh, dang, then I know what it is then.
Yeah. Wait. Can you bring that mug back up for a second? Does it say coffee, y'all?
Maybe.
How about that?
It's a giant mug.
Is it full of coffee or is it full of whiskey?
Well, it's full of tea and honey, green tea, honey, and maybe a shot of whiskey.
Maybe.
That sounds gross.
No, it's wonderful.
Yes.
How does it sound gross? Sorry, it's actually Coca-Cola and Sprite mixed with Dr. Pepper
And a dash of Peeps.
A dash of Peeps.
Do you know what I've got this evening? I went to Taco Bell for some reason. Strawberry lemonade. It's actually not bad.
Yeah. Well, tasting. I'm not a thin person, but I do try.
Yeah, I've got to stay away from. The soda. The soda lately has been ripping me apart. So
I bet. I don't want to know. Dr. Funk says, and a sprinkle of crack. And Willie D says, pink drank. You got the pink drank.
Pink drank.
So, MK says, LOL, glowing review. It's actually not bad. This is true. So
I'm still drinking it. So I guess.
Well, yeah, but hold it up again. Hold it up. How long ago did you buy this drink?
It's 8:00 now. Probably 2 hours ago.
So we're about 2 hours, about halfway done with it.
No, that's not halfway. About halfway.
Yeah, that's all right. That's pretty good. That's a
I've
decent.
Been sipping it a little bit at a time.
MK says black lighted. Dr. Funk says sold. Yeah, so Avery's gonna be here, I think, in a minute. He's saying he's getting a computer set up, so we'll see. We always invite Ramel. Ramel shows up on Thursdays to lore games, but Fridays.
Was he there last night?
No.
Okay.
No, he didn't show up, but we also did a movie night.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. That was an interesting experience.
Have you never seen it before? Have you never seen?
Never done that before. Never done that before.
Dude, it's so good. It's like.
Well, I really miss being able to.
That's awesome.
I've seen the movie before. Oh my god! No, I meant the whole experience of watching it together and commenting and chatting. It was. I expected us to be able to talk through it.
You can.
Well, yeah. How?
Use chat
with the microphone.
With the microphone.
Oh well, I didn't hear anybody
chatting. The only reason we weren't talking is because we were the only ones. Dusty and I were the only ones talking. So we were like, all right, well, we'll just chill out and type. More people were typing than talking, so we were like, all right. I think people were trying to be polite. But yeah, you can talk through the movie. That's the whole point.
Oh well, I didn't know how to do that.
Well, next time if you show up on time.
Well, it was a blessing.
I told you I was going to be late.
Kidding. I know.
I got okay. So the company I work for, the team that I'm on, it's 4 people, and 3 of us are in a whole nother state, are in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the only person in Florida, and they did their holiday party Tuesday, where they went out to dinner, and it was a bunch of people, and they had a really good time. But of course, I wasn't there. They offered to let me Skype into the dinner, and I'm like, it's all right, yeah, you can go have a good time. But then there's another group of about 15 or 20 people here in Florida, and their Christmas party was last night. And because I'm the only one on my team here, they invited me to join that group, and I knew some of the people, so it was like, okay, it won't be utterly uncomfortable because I know 3 or 4 of them. So I went, and it took place at a place called Main Event, which is it's like Dave and Buster's, but okay. They have video games in the bar, but
it's like the waiter give you your sandwiches by jumping off the top rope.
No. But one of the things that they have that's different from Dave and Buster's is they have laser tag and bowling. And I got invited to do some bowling, which I had a great time doing that. But I did really good. I bowled 116 the first round, 104 the second round, and 137 the third round.
Damn, that's all right.
And the third round, it was just me by myself because everybody went to go play video games. And I said, I'm going to play one more round, and I got better.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, practice usually does that.
Yeah. My fingers were tired. My arm was tired by the time it got to that. But I rolled a couple of strikes in a row, and I was like, hot damn.
You start feeling like a pro?
No. Actually, what's so funny is I have a uncle who is in the Bowling Hall of Fame in Iowa.
Oh.
He was good. He was that good that he's in the Hall of Fame, but I don't have that gene. Whatever gene he had, I don't have it. Actually, I think he was an in-law, so it was my uncle, but he wasn't blood.
Got it.
So
blood enough. Galaxy Rider says love bowling. I do too. I have a weird thing. Like when I bowl, and I don't know why I do this. I just did it as a kid and then never took lessons, and it just ended up working for me. But when I hold the ball, right? And then when my hand goes back, it turns around like this. And I throw it like that.
Well, the first
I throw it like this. And so what happens is the ball spins backwards about halfway down the thing and then spins forward. And like, I don't know, I just do this and that. And like, if I do it right, I can usually throw it fairly straight. I'm not a pro by any stretch of the imagination, but I do get like over 100 and, it's okay. Like I don't know why I do it, but it works. It works good enough. So, everyone always is like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, I don't know. It just works. It's one step above the people that toss it between their legs,
Yeah.
But it works.
Well, what was I going to say? Oh, I played with a large, they have different size balls, hole size. The large was the one that was comfortable for my hand, and I could roll it without any problems. But the first roll I did, I grabbed a medium ball just simply because I thought medium would be fine, and my fingers stuck in the ball. So when I went to roll it, it didn't come off my hand until, instead of being right here and letting it go, it was here when I let go, and the ball literally went like,
oh no.
It's like everybody's watching me, and I'm like, yeah.
At least you didn't launch down the alleyway.
No, I did not go with the ball. Do you remember you, me, Romel, Gerald going and playing pool at Six Pockets?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It was.
We should go bowling one time. There's lots of bowling places around here. Next time you're in town, we should go bowling one night.
So what's happening in Nerdland, dude? I have a style. I have a drawing to show people.
Okay. Well, artists and editors are freaking the hell out that AI generated art is going to replace them all. And they're throwing fits left and right. I mean, they're sending out tweets and Instagram posts where if you use AI art, we will blackball you from the business, period. And it's like, oh my God, you people are insane.
But Poser is okay. Using 3D references is okay. Using photographs is totally fine. So photographs, 3D objects, guys like this is totally fine, right?
Yeah, of course.
Little maquettes, right? Posing maquettes. So posing maquettes, 3D characters, 3D scene generators, like I don't know, there's a bunch of 3D scene generators. Photography, Google image search is okay, but AI is bad. Got it. Cool.
Yep. Mark Brooks went on a rant. Your boy Zach did a video about it, and it's funny. It's fun. If you use AI generated art, you're not an artist. You're scum.
He literally traced his photographs.
Well,
and I'm not saying it's bad. He's actually a really talented artist.
He is a talented artist, but
they're like photorealistic photograph art. Like it's not like he's extremely expressive with his strokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot more people, but it was your boy Zach who brought out some comments from the Sea Dumpster and Mark Brooks. So you know who the Sea Dumpster is.
Yeah. We won't go there.
Yeah. I don't.
No need to.
Somebody in the comic industry who is not a nice person.
Who's not a nice person and will forever and always be known by that horrible name. No, it's not a nice name.
Yeah.
It's not a nice name. That's why I didn't say it.
So you want to see some art inspired by AI?
Not really. I mean, if it's yours, no. I mean,
cool.
I mean, if we got to, we got to. But I mean,
so okay. So let me preface it. Oh, I should. You know what? Keep Andrew, do what you do best, and waste time by talking.
Sure. So Avery and I last weekend, we did the Scam Channel live stream, which, by the way, everybody out there, is on Saturday nights at 8. Misfit Corner Scams. We live stream for about an hour. He and I usually take questions from the chat and have a really good time just talking and interacting with people. Well, after the show, I was talking to him about wanting to try to do something new for the new year. Because if you look at my channel, my Scam Channel, it's video after video. It's daily videos, just nothing but scam calls. I mean, a lot of them are hilarious. And I told him, I said, it's successful. It's good. I mean, the channel keeps growing, but I want to do something new. And he gave me a suggestion that freaking blew me away. And it's creative, it's funny, it's entertaining, and it's also damn easy and cheaply done. So it's something I'm going to work on this weekend, or I'm going to start doing some tests for it this weekend. But I had originally intended to do like animation, put some of the calls to animation, like very simple animation. And he kind of suggested doing something even simpler. And the whole point, if you guys remember, do you remember when South Park originally started? South Park was like bottom basement animation style.
Yep.
They were literally using cutouts, and they were literally moving cutouts around. I mean, it was I don't want to say the cheapest way, but it was a crazy simple way of doing animation. And eventually, I mean, there's a lot of it's a lot more digital at the time, but it was like taking something very simple, you know. But here's the thing: it looked simple, but they did it well, you know. So he gave me a suggestion on how to do animation, some type of animation, simply, and I can't wait to freaking try it.
So, okay, you got to tell me, like, what's the...
No, I don't want to reveal anything just yet. Not on stream, but
is it the whole idea? Is it sock puppets? Is it sock puppets?
Well, we talked about puppets at one point. No, well, actually, I had did some research into actually creating my own puppets, and I fucking suck at that too. Oh, sorry, Doug.
you can.
And it got bad to the point where it wasn't worth trying to continue. But his new suggestion is, if it's done properly, it's going to look bad but be hilarious at the same time. So I'll tell you guys more about it later, because I haven't done any of it yet. So if I actually had something to share, I'd talk about it, but I don't.
Fair enough. Okay.
But it's a new idea, and we think it'll be hilarious.
Okay.
Is that enough time?
I am all for it. I am all for this. Oh God, it's so heavy.
Because if you're not ready, I've got a bathroom story to tell people.
No.
Oh, I think you're ready.
No,
Be ready, please.
We're good. Thank you. Yay, Andrew. Give it up for Andrew, everybody. Woo. Avery must be really having problems with his computer. I don't understand the problem he has with his computer, actually.
Oh, I got to see his setup today. His man cave, his office, his studio, his room.
Is it nice?
Freaking awesome. I think it's great. And he's still got a lot of work to do, though. He's still got a lot of stuff he wants to do.
Is it setting up looking good? Okay, so explain it.
Well, his mom literally built a room around an exterior section of the house. Like when you walk out the kitchen door, there was like a little brick area like in the front of the house, and then there were stairs, and then there was like a driveway. Yeah, they literally built a room around that area so that when you step out of the kitchen, you're in his den, you're in his man cave. And I mean, they did a really good job. I mean, it looks great. It's one of those things where you look at it and you go, dude, there's so much potential. Yeah, there's so much you can do with it. I mean, he's got bookshelves. I told him, I brought him his John Paul Leon artist edition. Mm-hmm. He's got so many other artist editions. I'm like, dude, you need to get another one of those metal racks. Oh, yeah, to put the collection on, because you need. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, you got to do it. And he's got a couch, and he's got a wall mount for a TV, and he's got
he's gonna
game systems. Oh yeah, he's still got a lot more work to do, but when it's done, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if you had a disco ball or something hanging from the ceiling. I mean, it's in my mind, is that cool?
That's what cool means to Andrew, everybody. A disco ball in your room.
Hell yeah. Disco ball? Shit yeah. I'd love that.
Check this out. I got something for you. Okay. I'm gonna put my little face on
my potty story is actually pretty funny if you want. I'm just kidding.
No. So this has nothing to do with anything. I just thought I'd share it.
Guys, you notice
Andrew, do you remember this?
He didn't mute me. Oh yeah. That's some Rommel art.
This is Rommel Davis.
Yep. Wow. What's so crazy about that image is it's actually like 5 or 6 different drawings.
Yeah, I photoshopped it together for him.
And then
had someone color
it. Heaven forbid, it's not a completed illustration.
Yeah, really. Isn't that awesome, though?
Yep, I remember that.
Super good.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Feels like it. Did we have that for that first New York Comic Con, or was that later?
That was second Comic Con.
No, because we had Kifu for the first one.
Was that in Kifu? No, that was for Kifu.
No, yeah, the first Comic Con.
Yeah, and then it was the first.
We had Kifu. Yeah. I asked, did you have that done at the time?
I'm trying to think. I think we did, because I think it was an ad in Kifu.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go pull that out and take a look, because I don't remember that.
It was coming soon. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So there's a reason I pulled a couple things out. So check this out. So back in the day, and actually I have one more.
Back in the day
when the kids used to do the fun stuff.
We rode around on the dinosaurs.
Let me see I just want to see if there's one more image.
We walked to school uphill in the snow.
Oh, there's the original. Oh yeah, cool. All right. So back in the day, I used to experiment with a lot of different styles, and I mean we all did, but Avery always kind of had Avery style. Andrew always had your style. You know what I mean? Like you guys kind of just like, and Rommel always had Rommel style. I always felt like I needed to experiment with style, right? I was just experimenting with all kinds of shit. And so there was a style that I did back in 1993. So this would have been 17 years old, right?
Sure.
And Dusty has seen the image, so I'm going to show it to you guys. This is Dusty. This is going to freak you out, man. I think it's good. Okay. You tell me, okay? But I'm going to show you some things. Remember what I showed you today?
Yes.
And now I'm going to show you something from 1993. A couple of things. So this.
It's not that nude portrait of you, is it?
It is the nude portrait of me. You guessed
okay,
right.
That's what I thought.
So this is a character. Did back. I'm not going to tell you the character's name yet because he may appear. But so way different than I draw now. Lots of black, kind of loose, sketchy lines, right? I mean, granted, it's not the best drawing because again, it was 1993.
Very Whilce Portacio inspired.
Very Whilce Portacio at the time, yeah. Right. And so I started this like looser style. I was kind of digging this loose style thing, and it was really, really kind of cool. And then I started to experiment with the character, and I was like, you know what, let me do it even more. And so this was a little more, I don't want to say artistic, but I was trying to do like a faster style or get something a little better. I don't know. So this is like also 1993. You can see it. I'm starting to add like white out and paint, like some kind of crazy like details over here.
That's all Todd right there.
Yeah. Yep. And like I didn't finish it. He's actually missing like eyes up here or something in a mouth. But like you can kind of see like I was just starting to.
That was the Rommel influence.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. Willie D says, cool, reminds me of Castlevania a little. Yeah, man. I don't know. It was like the 90s, so like your heroes have to have like long hair and like ponytails in weird places and pouches. And like stuff that doesn't make any sense. Like he's got a not a loincloth, but a cloth in front. I don't know why. It just looked cool, like I don't even know why. So then I started experimenting even more. Here, I'm going to show you. I'm going to pull out a couple of.
You know what? I noticed that you didn't tell the story about how you gave me the original for that first drawing. And I did the background to it.
Yep.
And you absolutely hated it.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Because it stunk? You don't remember that?
That's not true. Is that true?
Oh, it's true. You hated me. We never worked on another drawing together after that.
No bullshit.
No, it's true.
Collab we did, dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that was just screwing around.
Yeah. Okay.
So but I have that original. I'll have to find it. Because that's a photocopy, what you have there, right?
Yeah, that was a photocopy.
Because I have the original.
And then, so this was another one. This was like a cover, same character, kind of like a cover, right? You remember that, Andrew?
Very Jim Lee inspired.
Yeah, Jim Lee, but like a lot of black still, kind of messing with it.
Yeah.
Right. And then I took it a little further. Let me see. Do I have another one? Yeah. So here's another one. Same style, a little cleaner. I was doing the same style, but now I was like cleaning it up. Right.
Yep. That was Tim Bradstreet inspired.
Yeah, definitely the face definitely Tim Bradstreet inspired.
Well, the checkerboard background, he uses that all the time. Yeah, a lot of
checkerboard for sure.
But this is something Todd did well. I mean, you can immediately see influences because he did them well.
Yeah.
And this was high school, whereas my shit was horrible. You could tell who I was trying to mac on, but it was usually bad.
You had whatever, dude. You were born with a fucking style. You should next week or whenever after maybe the new year, we're gonna have to pull out some old school Andrew pieces because Andrew's stuff from back in the day is fucking fire. Like really good.
Well,
so, all right, but check this out because this is leading up to the drawing that I did today, and I'll tell you, I'm kind of building. This is called building suspense.
Hey, I'm giving you compliments, man.
You are
compliments,
and I'm saying thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. I really do because I was super self-conscious, man.
Dusty, I'm getting ready to shit all over whatever he puts up next. I'm just kidding.
I'll have the mute button ready.
Do you not realize I'm setting you up? I'm setting you up big time, man.
All right, so this was a low. So Avery in high school was doing. There's like my home.
Hey, what up, J-Ra?
This is my old school home address from when I was a kid. Let me hide that samples. So we did Avery was doing Lobo stuff. So if you've seen the Origin comic or Devoid that Avery's doing, he was doing that kind of stuff in high school with Lobo and just like all kinds of. I mean, I have some of the photocopies of those pages, and they're just crazy. Like they're so good. So I was kind of inspired to do a Lobo piece in my own style with all the stuff that I'd been doing at the time, and so this was a kind of a Lobo piece. So you got Lobo there screaming at the bottom.
Yeah, but it's Lobo meets Wolves Portasio in a way.
Or like a little. This feels like a little Chris Bacalo, maybe.
Yeah, I could see that too.
But yeah, it's like Wolves Portasio. I don't know who it is, but yeah. So this is the drawing. One of the drawings I wanted to really bring out. This and the other one, because you see all the splatter and the like, especially like the gut, like kind of like the loose lines and kind of like, it. Anyway, so here's the reason I'm gonna pull everybody back, get a little closer with this. Again, 1993, so not too bad, right?
Yeah.
So here's the deal. I was doing this style and I experimented with a whole bunch of stuff. When I got into college, my style tightened up super duper, like really tight. I was trying to get a job. And so I kind of chucked this style and I was like, you know what? I just need to get really tight and really anal with it because I need a job and I need the editors to know that I can draw anatomy and all that kind of stuff. Right. And that got me into animation. And of course, animation, well, you guys kind of know the rest of the story with the animation thing. And here you are, Adult Fantasy Season 1, kind of an animated style. Was thinking about like, Venture Brothers and kind of bring in some like, what if it was like Venture Brothers meets 1990s X-Men, at least as a visual concept. And so now that we've been working on adult fantasy and seeing Avery's books and some of the ideas that we talk about, some of the plans we have for next year, and some of the comics and the stuff that we want to pump next year, I was like, okay, so here's the deal. Like I want to do a book next year. I got it. I want to do a book next year, and at least start one. We'll see. But I want to do a book next year. The challenge, of course, is that as we do this, we wear many hats. So it's not like I get to sit at the drawing table for 8, 10, 15 hours a day. Right. So I was like,
wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't it though? So, and the challenge with the animation style is, believe it or not, that the art that you see on those cards takes forever. Like it looks simple, but there's a lot of, Andrew, tell me if I'm explaining this correctly, because I know you're going to know what I'm talking about. But in art, especially in comics, the more simple something looks, oftentimes the way more difficult it is.
I tell people all the time, they'll look at a finished piece of mine that I have in the store, and they'll be amazed with all the detail and all that. And they'll ask me, they'll say, how long did that take you to draw? And I'm like, oh, that part of it, that took about a day. Laying it out, getting the reference I need, setting it up the way I want it to fit, and that takes forever.
Yeah.
Putting it on the piece of paper and finishing it is the easy part.
Right.
It's all the stuff that goes into building it.
All the stuff and also
every single one of your characters had to be built.
Yep.
Every piece was taken into account. Every piece had to fit. Every piece had to work. And if it didn't work, you had to start all over again or rearrange and redo. There are artists out there. A good example is Adam Hughes.
Yep.
You see a finished piece of his and you're like, wow, that looks so crazy. You look at his sketchbook and he literally draws the image 50 or 60 times until he gets that exact pose he wants. Yep. And he doesn't do just, that didn't work. He does full illustrations to the point where you're looking at a sketchbook going, holy freaking A, each page is a piece of art.
Yeah.
And Todd does that same exact thing.
Thank you, man. That's true. And the other thing that's interesting is when you, especially when you're drawing a character that is going to be the reference character, like there's also an added pressure of making sure that everything is as good as you can make it. Because if you're working in a blocky style, like look at Mike Mignola, a Hellboy, like if you draw a head that's kind of square and a neck that's like really thin, and you kind of do like a blocky chiseled character, you by looking at it, your mind goes into graphic mode. You're like, okay, this is not a human because it's so angular. Like humans are round shapes, not sharp edges, right? So when you have a sharp edge, it's actually easier than if you're actually doing a curve. Because if I do a sharp edge character, your mind translates that as a shoulder. Right. Your mind says it's a bicep, right? It could look like a diamond.
Yeah, exactly.
But as long as it's in the right spot, your mind says that's a bicep, right? When you start to draw the muscle shape and actually try to draw it accurately, the opposite happens. Your mind says that's not right. That arm is weird, right? So the more realistic you try to draw, the harder it is. And so when you combine realism with simplicity, like it's the hardest thing you could possibly do. And if you don't believe me, ask anybody who's ever even looked at artist Alex Toth and understand that there's a reason that guy is considered a genius across every dimension, because it was incredibly simple and almost photorealistic and straight out of the guy's head and barely any lines. And you're like, how is this guy doing? Like, it's insane. It's one of those things that you probably don't understand it until you actually try to draw, and you're like, wow, like this guy was just like other level. Anyway, so here's the thing, because that style takes so long to do, and it is taxing, and it's color heavy. It really takes, it takes a lot of color and shadow. Like it's an animated shot. I was like, well, I want something that I can have fun with, relax with, and most importantly, get done. Right. Uh-huh. And I started thinking about all the styles and all the things that I had worked on, like over the years, different comic styles. And I realized back when I was doing this kind of style, and I did this in college too. I've got a bunch of stuff in college where I was a little more inspired by Paul Pope. Right. I was actually finishing pages, and they were actually pretty, I wasn't ever happy with my art style, because you're always your worst critic. But I was like, man, like that was like a lot of fun. And I got pages done. And so I was like, you know what? I wonder what would happen if I brought back that style for adult fantasy, just to experiment and possibly use next year for some of the comic stuff. Uh-huh. Right. And so we did a drop. God, what was it? When was the Ashcan drop? That was July? July. So we did an Ashcan drop in July. And as part of the Ashcan drop, there were a few sketch cover editions. Okay. And so the sketch cover edition was you get a sketch on your cover if you choose to. Well, a few people were also able to get not just a sketch cover, but the original art as well. So I would draw the original art and ship it to them, and you get it on the book. So I think it's a pretty cool deal. Rageous is actually one of the people who won that, or did he buy it? I don't remember.
I think he purchased it. Yeah, I think one came up for sale and he purchased it. Yeah.
Cool. So, but because of where he is and roles and all that kind of stuff, like he gets an original art piece. And so he asked me to do Solar Mannequin. And so this is not done. It's not finished. I just sketched it out. And I'm going to do, this is just the rough sketch. I did it in Photoshop, and then I'm going to print it out in a light blue line and ink it and draw it and make it tighter. But I want to share this with you and get your opinion. Is that cool? What do you think, chat? Hit me up in chat. Come on, give me one text that says, yeah, it sounds cool. Or no, we don't give a shit. Andrew's potty stories. Let's get Andrew's potty stories. No? Cool. Chat's asleep. It's fine. Everything's good. You're okay. So word up. All right, we're going to share this. Check this out. I'm going to hit share. There you go. MK is like, sounds cool. Let's see it. All right, let's do it. Do it. All right, there we go. All right, so check this out. I'm going to pop this window in here. All right, here we go. So this is a sketch. So this is Solar Mannequin.
He looks a lot like Rommel.
Rommel wishes. So this is the sketch that I'm kind of working on for Rageous. And so I was really interested because I haven't done this type of style in a while, and obviously, like, it's been 20 years or something, maybe actually longer, 30. It's been 30 years since I've touched this style. But you can kind of see the history, right? Do you see that, Dusty? Isn't that weird?
I do. Yeah, that's awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So I did this and I was like, oh shit, I'm kind of feeling this. And it's a little more realistic, but it's fun. And now this is just a sketch. When I put it on Bristol and I ink it, I'll probably, just because of habit, I'll probably ink it a little tighter than my sketch, right? Yeah, what do you guys think? Willie D says, looks dope. KG says, awesome. Oh, thank you guys. So yeah, I'm really thinking, and this is with no background. This is just a sketch right now, but yeah. So I'm doing this. I'm going to see how it turns out. I'm happy with it so far. And then yeah, man, we may, as we move into 2023, and we start doing more books, I may whip out the style as part of some of the things we release. And it's interesting because I was talking to Dusty earlier today, and I was like, there's always like, I'm always a believer that certain styles fit certain things for certain reasons. You know what I mean, Andrew? Like the animated style on the character cards is like a must, because I think it's super clear. You see all the detail. You see everything that the character has. Any artist could come in and look at, Carl or Stanwell Perpetual and know exactly what they need to draw in whatever style they actually draw in, right? Likewise with animation needs to be like an animated style. It can be cartoony, or it can be anime, or it can be Disney, but it's going to be, there's certain rules to make the thing work. With comics, I think that unless it's like a full color book, the best comics are the ones that have like a lot of action and power and speed to it. Do you know what I'm talking about, Andrew? Like, and it's like, it's got that, it's like McFarlane and Bill Sienkiewicz or Sienkiewicz or whatever his name is.
Crazy Uncle Bill.
Yeah, Crazy Uncle Bill. And yeah, even Jim Lee, when he's got Scott Williams doing it, has it. There's like a lot of that speed. Bisley, Jay Lee, like those guys, they have kind of like that illustrative touch to it. Sergio Topi is another one, right?
Yep.
Galaxy says, I like how intense it feels. Thank you, man. Yeah.
I can see the Topi in there as well. So,
right. There's a little bit of like the curve on the body or something, right?
Yeah. There's some, well, no, the line work in the body, not the curve, but I mean, it's got a Jay Lee feel to it. It's got, there's a lot of different stuff in there, but it's all Todd.
Thank you, man.
Great. But I'll be honest with you. When I saw this image, knowing who it is, I would, in the background, do like a big blown up image of the king in his full regalia, but I would do it all in pencil and watercolor wash. So it's like it's faded out, and then the character as he is now is in the foreground. It's kind of like a foreshadowing of what he becomes. But
yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. That's actually pretty cool. I don't know.
I know. It's because it's me. I'm good.
It's because you're good. Yeah, sure. Yeah, but
what other explanation do you have?
You know what? It also falls into like the Ashley Wood zone a little bit, right?
Oh yeah.
Like those books always have so much power, and I've been wanting, and Andrew knows this. Like I've been talking about getting into like a looser style, kind of a more sketchy style for how many years, dude?
Oh yeah.
Like a long time. So
one of the conversations that we had at one point was having a style that's easier to do, simpler to do, that allows you to actually finish a book in your lifetime.
Yeah. True.
Because you like adding details to the point where you're never ever going to finish it if you have that much detail through the entire book.
Right.
Like I developed my style for Hero to be easier for me, and I've got almost 3 books, in the can because of it.
That's right.
And if it wasn't for the fact that, I'm just an old ass, slow ass SOB, I'd have more done, but we're getting there.
You are actually, though, when you, one of the things that I love about the way you work, man, is that when you say I'm starting the book and I'm going to start working on it, like you actually start it and you don't stop. Like you really have I mean, you might stop here and there, but it's not, it's like a day or two or a week or two off from after 4 months of grinding on it. You know what I mean?
Well, one of the things I do, and I tell people that it makes it easier for me, is when I'm working on a book, I break it down into very small chunks, like 4 or 5, 6 pages at a time, and I work on a chunk at a time. Like in the first book of Hero, pages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Pages 6 and 7 was a double page splash. And when I started working on it, my goal was to get pages 1 through 7 done. That was my goal. If I could do that, I could continue. And it took a while because the first 3 pages are actually pages 2 and 3. I did 4 different times because I didn't like the way they came out. But once I got those 7 pages done, I was on a roll. But I had to take one chunk at a time.
Yep.
I don't know if that works for other people, but that was my secret to my success. Take a few chunks at a time.
Yeah, that's actually really good feedback, man. Because doing 3 graphic novels is no joke.
Well, that's another thing. I don't lay out the entire chapter or the entire comic. I lay out those 6 pages first, and that's what I work on first.
Yeah. So, I like to thumbnail a book. I like to sit there, thumbnail the book, really quick, get it so I have the little story. Once it's on paper, then I feel like the story is kind of done and locked, and then I can relax.
Yeah. I gotta sit down sometime and actually explain how I do a book, because I'm so bass-ackwards when it comes to how I create the book in my mind, how I lay it out, how I do it. I think people would be like, that's the exact opposite way of how you should do.
Well, how do you do it? I'm out of curiosity. What do you?
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, Hero Book 2 is a good example. Okay. Mike and I met for breakfast one morning, and we had just finished book 1, and we were talking about what was going to be in book 2.
By the way, I'm going to cut you off really quick because MK says that would be an awesome Friday session, Drew. So we'll talk about it here, but then we'll go into deeper in another Friday.
Oh yeah. Well, what we do is we literally sit down and I say, okay, this is where the character is at the beginning of the story. This is where the character has to end at the story. This is where he has to be in the storyline, because we have a broader view of what has to be of the whole story. But there's certain information and there's certain things that he has to do in the second book. This is where he starts. This is where he ends. And then we start saying, okay, how do we get from point A to point B? And then we just literally list out different things that happen, that have to happen. It's literally 5 or 6 things. It's not a lot. It's just a few things. And then we literally say each of those steps is a chapter. And one of the things about creating an independent book is that, because I'm not doing a comic, I'm not doing a regular comic, nobody tells me that chapter has to be 22 pages. It doesn't have to be. If a chapter can be done in 15 pages, it's 15 pages. If it's 35 pages, it's 35 pages. So the page count doesn't matter when you're doing your own thing, which is a wonderful, wonderful feeling. You don't have to be stuck, because there are a lot of comic books, and Todd knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yep. You read the comic and then you read the next one and you're like, half that shit should have taken place in 3 pages. They draw it out, or they extend it out because they're writing it for these comic installments. And sometimes when they put all of them together, it's 6 issues. It's literally that could have been a 2-issue series. But they dragged it out and they added all this other stuff that was useless and a waste of time because they had to fill pages. When you're doing your own thing, you don't have to deal with any of that. You can do your own pacing. And like I said before, if it takes 10 pages to tell a story, or if it takes 50, it doesn't matter. That's how many pages it takes. And we literally sat down and said, okay, this is where it starts. Boom, 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 boom. Those are the points that are done. Mm-hmm. Then we say, okay, now we break down each piece and we add specific details. We add specific characters that show up. We talk about the characters. We talk about the actions. We talk about what happens. And the goal is to get from point A to point B, period. Mm-hmm. And then I literally start drawing. We have not written a word. To be honest with you, I don't script the books until they're all done.
You do that. I do not know. I get I love the Marvel method, the classic, where it's like, okay, I want to have it like here's like 6 sentences, and that has here's a paragraph or 2 or 3, 1 page, and that's the whole story, whether it takes 1 issue or 6, right? Yep. Cool. And then from there, going right into thumbnails, where you're just like, okay, this is issue 1. I need to get these beats, and so you kind of have a guide, and you're like, okay, I'm going to sketch it out, and you kind of pace it out. I can't imagine just sitting down like you're in animation. It's you're just running through. It's like going forward animation. So like in animation, you have you've basically got keyframes. You've got point A, point B, right? And you animate from point A to point B. That's how animation is, how comics are. It's kind of the same thing, right? What you're doing is called straight ahead animation, where you just start here and you just animate it. And however there's no final guide keyframe. You're just like, I start here, and I'm just going to go straight ahead. And that's fucking crazy. Like, I don't know how you do that.
Well, I did a book one time where I did all the art for the book, and then I went in to do the dialogue, to write the dialogue. And there was a section in the story in which I had drawn 2 characters talking. And one character, he's the bad guy, and he's like gloating in the picture. Mm-hmm. And then the good guy is saying something to him. And then all of a sudden the bad guy is mad. He's like he said something that pissed him off. And then it jumps and he's like smiling again. He's happy. And when I got to that section of the story, I couldn't remember what the dialogue was. I literally could not remember what idea I came up with. And I
wait, just to clarify, you don't even take a note.
Sometimes I'll note. Sometimes I'll write down like ideas, but I rarely ever write out full scripts. There was only one chapter in all of Hero in which I wrote out all the dialogue, all the script before I started it. And I only did that because it's what we call a story within a story. Mm-hmm. It's in both books, in book 1 and book 2, it was kind of like a little adventure within the story where a character is telling a story, and I switch the art style. So we're able to play with it. It's fun for me. Mm. And in the first book, we knew what the story was, but I wanted to write it all out first before I started drawing it. That way I could make sure it paced well, because it's not just him having a conversation. It's jumping back and forth from the conversation to the story, to the conversation to the story. And in order to, in my mind, make it work, I went ahead and wrote out the story ahead of time. And Mike, his favorite part of book 1, of Hero book 1, is he'll tell you it's his one and only contribution to the book. It's true. We were actually sitting down for breakfast. We did this over breakfast a lot of times. And I was telling him, okay, this is the idea for the story within the story. This is the story, blah, 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 blah. And I got to a point where one of the characters, who's a blacksmith, builds this indestructible sword. And at the time, I really didn't have a name for what he was going to name the sword. And so I'm telling Mike the story, and he says, and he created this sword, and he called it, and Mike interrupts me and goes, the Big Fluffy Bunny. And I just started laughing. It's called the Nihilus Blade, But his interruption in the story was just so funny. I literally had to put that in the book.
That's
in
great.
the book, when Hero is telling Pudge the story, as soon as he says he created this son, and it was called, Pudge interrupts and says, "The big fluffy bunny." And he's like, "What?" No, actually, no. Hero says it to Pudge, and Pudge is like, "What?" He says, "I was just making sure you were paying attention."
Yeah.
That idea was literally something Mike did while I was telling him the story, and it had to go into the book. It was
just awesome.
It was funny. It was a him and I hilarious moment that we put in the book. And in book 2, he had more contributions to the story, but in book 1, that was his one big one.
That's awesome. Avery, what's up, man? How are you? Where are you?
Where are you?
Busted, bro. Avery, you missed it. I was going. I was showing. So I sent Avery the image of Solar Mannequin earlier as well.
Yeah, he wasn't very impressed.
He wasn't impressed. No, he thought it was cool. But I was showing the history of the style by going back to some like old school early 90s, like little, high school days artwork. So I even pulled out some of the other pieces of the character who will not be named because he may be in the future. He may make an appearance in the future.
That's his name. May not be named.
May not be named.
Yep.
That's a good name. But yeah. So that I still don't understand how the fuck you can actually finish a book. So really you just finish a book whenever it's finished.
Pretty much, yeah. But the whole point is, well, book 1, Hero book. Oh, wait a minute. My internet is out and won't be back on until after 8 p.m. Oh, that sucks.
That sucks, dude.
Tomorrow night. Oh, that's even worse.
8 tomorrow night. Not even 8 a.m. Jeez. It's the man.
Yeah. His town. What's so funny is I've visited him before in his town, and it's a small little rural town, and I'm driving through it and like
a small what town?
Rural. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying. I went by the bank, and the bank had Christmas wreaths in like all the windows, and I'm looking around thinking to myself, this reminds me of the little town from Gremlins, except there was no snow on the ground. That's what it reminds me of. So him having his internet go out and not being able to get it fixed, that's because he's in a little rural town.
Rural. And Christmas, with their Christmas, what was hanging in the windows? Christmas
wreaths.
Oh, wreaths.
Wreaths. It's very cute. I enjoyed it very much.
His town is awesome. Yeah,
it is.
That's great.
Yeah.
I remember it. I actually remember like the cemetery, and I still kind of know where his house is. And
yep. Well, that's the funny part is the road where he lives. It's like there's two of them, and I went down the wrong one. So when I got to his house, I went this way to get to it. Whereas normally I go this way, so I turn right to pull into his house. This time I came from the left, and it was like really weird because I pulled in front of the house, and I'm like, I think I'm in the right place, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Well, you didn't get a shotgun in your face when you knocked on the door. So.
No, his truck is right there, so I know it's his place. But because I came from the other angle, the other side, it just didn't. It just in my mind, it made no sense.
So, a question for you, totally different topic.
Yeah.
Any good comics this week? Anything? Any updates in the top 10 or?
I don't think so, but I did pick up a comic this week, and I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to tell you how much I hated it.
Oh shit! Okay, those are the best.
Now I like Mike Millar's stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. He does a lot. He's got the deal with Netflix where a lot of his stuff is pitches for Netflix.
Yes.
This is a comic that he did with Juanana Ramirez, and it's called Nightclub. And it's about vampires. Right. It's about vampires.
The artwork looks pretty cool.
There was so much story. Well, the best part about it is it's an Image Comics book, and it was $1.99.
Okay.
The first issue was $1.99, so it's worth taking a risk on.
Sure.
And there was so much story shoved into this first issue. The pacing was bad. It just wasn't good. And I think it's going to hurt. The series is going to hurt simply because the next issue will probably be $3.99, and it'll be the same size and same format. And
was the art good?
He kind of has an Olivier Coipel look to his stuff.
Okay.
There are panels that look like that, but I mean, there's literally there's this one scene where the two main characters, the newbie vampire and the guy that made him into a vampire, are walking down the street, and he's telling the kid, you can control simple-minded creatures like rats, because a rat like pops out of the sewer. And he says, you can call them forward. And all of a sudden they start following him. There's a whole bunch of rats. And he literally says in the story, now make them circle around you in a clockwise pattern, right? And then they show the splash page of the rats surrounding the guys, and they're not in a clockwise pattern. They're in a counterclockwise pattern. I mean, it's just like, it's like, do you not?
Maybe that's the point. Maybe he hasn't figured it out.
No, he says, make have them run in a circle around you, make it a clockwise, so they're all going in the same direction, and the picture is literally of them going in a counterclockwise. It's like, guys, that's just simple.
I like how it breaks you.
The whole book is ruined.
The whole book is shit.
I literally stared at that page for an hour going, what the hell? And I'm thinking to myself, clockwise is it? Yeah. Counterclockwise? Yeah. And I'm literally thinking at myself going, do I not understand basic clock movements? Do I not understand in my brain?
Well, no,
I mean, have I lost it? Have I really lost it? I mean, it made me, this book made me question my own sanity.
That happens all the time. Only happens all the time.
It was difficult. And there are times when there's something that happens in a comic that just throws you completely out of the story. There was an issue of Young Justice where the double page splash, like the first page was a splash and the second page was a double page splash. They were literally going to Jacksonville, Florida. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And it had the Dames Point Bridge in the image. It's a double page splash of the Dames Point Bridge. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. The Dames Point Bridge has two of the pillar things. The artist drew three of them. It's like totally took me out of the story. I couldn't enjoy the rest of the issue because it's like, if you look up a picture of this bridge in Jacksonville, it literally has two, but this fucker drew three. Why? Was it just to say to people in Jacksonville?
Maybe
yes, that's exactly what it was.
Artistic privilege.
It just made me go, done. I'm out. The comic, it's done. It's like,
I understand.
It's such a blatant. It's petty, and it's petty on my part. It's completely petty on my part, but it's one of those things that you see and you just can't deal with it. You know?
I understand. Avery says he had some badass artist editions to show too tonight.
He does.
That's the problem he's had there.
Yeah. I surprised him with something, and yeah, he'll have to share it next time.
Oh, something I don't know about?
Well, I'm sure you know about it, but
all right.
You got yours and he got his plus.
MK, good night, MK.
Good night, MK.
So now that MK is gone, I want to show you some auction stuff. There's some props from some movies that are freaking awesome. You guys want to check it out real quick?
Sure.
We'll check this out.
Well, I have a little bit of show and tell. I'd like to go at some point too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about after this then?
Is it comic related?
It's cartoon and animation related.
Rageous, what's up, man? We've been showing off the sketch all night, dude. You have to go back. I actually showed here. I'll hold it up again because we were talking about Rageous's the sketch that I'm doing. I was showing real quick. I'll since Rageous is here, I'll bump in and do a solo layout. I was showing the history of the style. So this is one of the images. I showed up a bunch of the images, but this is like one of them, like the same kind of style from like 1993. So you'll have to check out the video earlier, like on the replay, and just kind of check out the history of it. I'd be interested to see what you think. But check this out. He said, "Without me, yeah. Well, we were talking, we were yammering on. We tried to wait. We did. So this is, yeah, dude, definitely. So Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face coin from Batman Forever. Like, do you guys remember this? I know
Batman Forever. I've tried to forget it.
Oh, come on, but that's an awesome piece. Wouldn't you like to have the coin, the Tommy Lee Jones coin? That's kind of cool.
I'd rather have it from The Dark Knight. The Thomas Jane. No, was it Thomas Jane? Who played Two-Face in the Nolan movies?
Oh shit!
What's his name?
It wasn't Thomas Jane.
No, it wasn't Thomas Jane. It was oh freaking A! I gotta look it up now. Sorry.
Well, while you're doing that, that's fine. While you're doing that, this is the Marvel Studios documented Chris Evans Captain America hero screen used vibranium shield from Avengers Endgame. So this was in the movie on screen. They verified it. There's there it is. Right? From Endgame. Isn't that gorgeous?
Very cool.
It's freaking gorgeous, man. Right now it's set up for 55,000, but it's gonna be a little bigger than that. Ray just says, is that a one of one coin or a series? No, it's a one of one. These are like one of one things. Oh, and KG says it was Aaron Eckhart.
Aaron Eckhart. Yeah, there you go.
Please look at the chat. You gotta give me more than a minute, bro.
I was busy looking it up. Come on.
Yeah, it's a one-on-one coin, and so this is all like one-on-one, or they might have been. They're all one-of-one, but they might have made like, I'm sure there was a couple shields. There's some other things here. I'm saving the thing, my grail, the thing that I would want the most. I'm gonna save it for last. This is the actual Herbie Volkswagen Beetle. I know this is old school. So like, if you didn't grow up with Herbie the car, you probably have no fucking clue what this is. I know, Dusty. It's okay. It's okay.
I've seen it.
Really?
Yes, we had like a Herbie box set. Was there different movies? There was different movies, right? Yeah, we had the box set we used to watch when I was a kid. Yeah.
Isn't that wicked? Like, it's the actual car.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hey, Todd, if you want to get the stream shut down again, there is a teaser trailer for Margot Robbie as Barbie.
I don't know.
Available. Yeah.
No, I don't want to get.
I'm just. Hey, if you want to shut the stream down, I'm just saying.
Cool. Let's not do that.
Again.
So then we have. Do you know what this is without me showing it to you?
Is it from Pulp Fiction?
It is.
That's like the only thing I could think of.
This is the Pulp Fiction. This is the Samuel L. Jackson Jules mystical briefcase from Pulp Fiction. And look, you want to know what's in it? Wow. That's the inside of it. Okay. It does look like there was something in there, though. There's like Velcro or something in there.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, it opens with 666. That's funny. Pretty cool.
Who is the only main character from that movie that doesn't survive at the end of the movie?
Oh.
Trivia question for you guys.
I'm going to have to think about that for a second. Wow, that KG says very old school. Buddy Hackett. Yep. And Ray just says be right back, Margot. Who is the only character that doesn't survive?
Yep. The main characters. Of all the main characters, one of them does not survive.
Is Marcellus Wallace considered a main character?
Yep. But the character is at the end of the movie, but he actually, timeline-wise, dies at the end of the movie, but earlier in the movie. Because the timeline shifts.
Avery, yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time. Willie D says it's been a while. Avery says Vega.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Bruce Willis shoots him in the back on the toilet. But then that ends Bruce Willis's story. But then it jumps back to where they go to the restaurant and get accosted by Honey Bunny and what's his name. But so later on in the story, he gets killed. But in the movie, he gets killed like in the middle, those
were great movies, man. His first several movies.
John Travolta's character, Vincent Vega.
Yeah. His movies were so good.
His last couple, actually,
his earliest ones.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs is good. Jackie Brown, even though it wasn't a huge success, was a good one. But they're all rewatchable. They're all a good sign of a successful movie is whether or not you're going to willing to watch it again. Believe it or not, I just started watching The Witcher season 1 again for the third time, and I literally caught something like in the first 10 minutes of the show that I didn't catch the first 2 times I watched it. Have you seen the series? No,
not yet. I know.
Then I can't tell you. I can't tell you what I saw.
Yeah, you can tell me. It's okay.
It
won't matter.
It's not a spoil. Well, I don't know if it's a spoil or not.
KG says Witcher was so good.
It was. It's not a linear story. The way that first season is, it's not a linear story, and you don't realize that till much later on. There was actually a clue, or at least a clue that I saw early on, because you're having.
KG says, "Whisper it to us."
Okay, I'll whisper it to you. Well, in the story, The Witcher, Henry Cavill's story, is actually further back in the timeline than other parts of the story, and you don't realize that. You think they're happening at the same time, and they're not, and they all come together at the end. But in the first episode, you're the Witcher. He's doing his thing. He's killing monsters. He's meeting people, and then it switches to the Queen and her husband and their granddaughter, who becomes important as the story goes. And the Queen and the granddaughter are having a conversation, and they're talking about going to war, and the granddaughter says, "Well, you won your first battle in blah blah blah," and then it switches back to the Witcher story, Henry Cavill's story, and he is meeting with this one chick that he's supposed to kill, and she's like a bad guy but not a bad guy. It's hard to explain, but she literally says to him, "The Queen just won her first battle." And in the other story with the Queen talking to her granddaughter, they're reminiscing about her first battle, which was years and years and years ago. And when you switch to Geralt's story, the lady actually says she just won her first battle. And if you're paying attention, you realize that the two stories are in 2 different times. And I didn't pick that up until much, much later in watching. And that might be something that happened in the books or in the, whatever. But I never played the game. I never read the books, and I enjoyed the hell out of the series. So, what the hell is that? An A-wing TIE fighter wing?
It's an X-wing starfighter wing from Star Wars.
A wing.
That's a wing from 77.
Crazy.
Isn't that cool?
That's crazy.
Yeah. They've got I was just looking at this. This is a large scale miniature piece of the Death Star. Right? I love this kind of stuff, like the tiles. It's already going for $8,000. It's going to go for way more because you can see them making it. Look at that.
They don't do miniatures like that anymore.
Oh man, they should. It's so fucking cool.
Well,
isn't that awesome?
Now it's all blue screen.
I know. It needs to be better. Let's check this out. Let's see. I showed you that. Dude.
What is that?
Dude, are you freaking kidding me?
Hold on, let me look.
Do you not know what this is?
I've never seen Mystery Science Theater 3000.
You've never seen? Oh my God, this is Tom Servo.
I'm not familiar with it at all.
From Mystery Science Theater 3000. This is from the movie, I guess, but so what? Like, this is like, holy crap, dude. That is freaking awesome.
No, if I've lost geek cred because of it, then...
No, you're okay. But yeah, he's Tom Servo is wicked awesome. Man, that makes me want to. I mean, I'm not spending $8,000 on it, but like, and it's going to go up. It's going to double or triple. But damn it, dude, that's so freaking cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a classic character.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be quiet and hope nobody asks me if I've seen it.
Have you seen it, Dusty?
I have not.
You've never seen Mystery Science Theater 3000?
I have not.
We had lives. We had girlfriends and actually dated people back in those days. So
I love the way how Drew says we had lives.
Willie D said,
I'm just assuming. Just assuming.
Willie D said, past tense was the most important part of it. Willie D says Mystery MST 3K is the best. Willie D says, I lost a little cred.
Yeah, I haven't had a life in 30 years. What are you talking about?
Dude, Tom Servo. Who wants to own Tom Servo? Like, I would freaking love to own Tom Servo. Okay, well, you know the next one. I got one more. I got the next one, and then one more after it, and then we'll pop over to Dusty here.
Okay.
You know this. You're going to know this one instantly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
Hugh Jackman's Wolverine claws.
Yep.
Isn't that pretty good, right?
Yep.
I wonder if those count as an illegal weapon in California.
Probably. Like, there he is. Those that come with that body.
Is that what you asked, or somebody else asked that?
Totally me. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, the guy's fucking shredded. Like the guy, that dude. I mean, he's in his like late 40s in this, right?
You know what's so funny is,
God, look at this fucking thing.
You know who they originally had to play Wolverine?
Who's that?
It was oh crap. I can't. I got to stop doing this. I got to quit bringing up stuff and then not
knowing what the hell,
and then not telling you the answer. Yeah, hold on. What was his name? Dengar. What? Hold on. It's Doug Ray Scott.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you know who he is? He was originally planned to play Wolverine in the first X-Men movie.
Really?
He ended up turning down the role because he got offered the role of the bad guy in Mission Impossible 2 with Tom Cruise. And his agent told him, that's the movie that'll be better for your career. He ended up playing a character who died at the end of the movie and never returned, and he missed up the opportunity to play Wolverine, who went on to be literally a cultural icon in movies.
Yeah. What a mistake.
They went with Hugh Jackman, was at the time was best known for his I think he was a Broadway singer actor on stage. He was a stage actor.
Mm-hmm.
That was what he was known for the most. So,
and now he's known for like killer abs.
Mm-hmm. He's known for Wolverine. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So I have one more. This is literally my holy grail. Like, I haven't actually even looked at the post because I was like, I can't. The problem with auctions like this is that at some point you're gonna find something you really freaking want, and you don't know it until you see it, and then you're like, oh. All right, so you want to see my holy grail?
Go ahead, hit us.
All right.
Oh yeah, she's cute.
Literally the fucking holy grail.
Oh jeez.
This is Harrison Ford's Indiana Jones Grail Cup from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Dude, now that is cool.
I want this so bad. Like, oh my god, dude, are you kidding me? Like, that is freaking awesome. It's expensive. It's 20. It's about 23 ETH right now. It's gonna go up a little bit. But usually you can never go by these numbers, because the minute the auction goes live, the number just spikes. So it's probably going to double. It's probably going to be in the I would say it's going to be in the 50s or 60s. But so 50 or 60 ETH.
I always wonder who actually owns this stuff.
It would be me if it was you.
No. I mean, is this the studio that owns this, or is this a private collector that owns it?
No, these are most of the stuff is collectors.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know who would want to give it up though. Like that's like, I mean, times are tough, I guess. But like this is, to me, there's a few things that like originally acquired from Paul Robbins, the prop maker who made this piece for the production. So somebody bought it from the actual prop maker.
Right.
And now they're selling it probably for way more than the prop maker sold it for. Right.
So I've been rewatching Big Bang Theory. Mm-hmm. So in Sheldon Ease, the person who is selling this is in the Venn diagram of no longer need. It's a cross section of no longer need my holy grail, and I need $26,000.
Yeah, right.
It's that person right there in the middle of that diagram.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah! Ray just is laughing. He says, "Would you drink from it?" Fuck yes. and then, but also to Galaxy Rider's point, gotta wash it first. Yeah. I would absolutely do it. It's almost like, not that I have 26 or 50K laying around, but if I did, it would be worth it just to buy it, to use it in videos.
I wouldn't wash it. I would hope it hadn't been washed, because it's got Harrison Ford DNA on it. It's got what's his name? DNA, who's no longer with us. Sean Connery. God, I'm horrible with names. You guys know that.
It's okay.
Didn't the girl? Didn't she? No, it was the Nazi. No, who else drank from it? Yeah, no, that was it. It was just Sean Connery and Indy.
So what you're saying is that we could maybe in 25, 30 years, if I bought it, I could resell it so they could scrape DNA for the cloning of Sean Connery and Harrison Ford.
Hey, in their prime, clones of them would make you a lot of money.
It's true.
Hell of a lot more than $26,000.
That's true. Now you're making me think about it.
Yeah.
But man, this is just freaking dope, dude. This is one of those things. Like there was the other one that I really wanted was the sports almanac from Back to the Future.
It would be a funny story. Would make a great graphic novel story. Is somebody decided or found the technology in order to clone somebody from DNA, and they decided to get a DNA sample from like a famous actor, and they found out where they were on set. Like, let's say it's like Johnny Depp or something like that. And they went on set, they snuck onto set, and while the actor was working, they ran up behind him and they cut a piece of their hair off, and they ran out, and and people are like, what the hell is this going to, nobody. And the whole purpose of it is in order to clone that person, in order to make, money off of their clones. And instead of actually clipping their real hair, they clipped a wig or something.
Oh, that's funny.
So they start cloning whoever it was that created whoever's hair was used to create the wig, and it's like maybe it's something really horribly bad.
Is this something you're just making up?
Yeah, just making it up on the fly.
That's pretty funny.
But I mean, there's so many possibilities you could make, and maybe it's
hair from. Honestly, it sounds like the next Tyler Perry movie.
Well, when I tell you the idea Avery gave me, you'll understand why I probably need to be incarcerated.
Cool. Really quick, Ray just says, grow a new Sean. For sure. And KG says, now we know why Ford is still making indie movies at 80. This is true. That actually is a problem. Like, he's technically supposed to be immortal, yet, he's old. So
well, it only worked if you stayed in the cave.
Oh, okay.
Your life was only extended if you stayed in the cave.
Oh,
that was the reason why the knight was there.
Right, you can't leave. Right. It's been a while since it. All right, so Dusty.
Yes.
What you got for us, sir?
I got a little bit of a package here.
Oh.
And I wanted to preface this with saying the only reason why I got this package was from you guys here at Adult Fantasy. So I wanted to thank you all very much. You guys helped me get this.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So
wait. Just to clarify, this is something that you ordered or?
It's something that's being given to me by a project who's a friend of ours.
Wait. Do you know what's in that before you open it? Okay.
I do.
A project that's a friend of ours. Hold on. Wait. Let me solo layout you.
When's the last time, Todd, you opened something up live on stream without knowing what it was ahead of time? Never.
No way.
This is from our friends at Cool Crocs, who are super cool. JPZ, he sent me this Cool Crocs plushie, and it's happened on Twitter. You guys retweeted for me or something, and you guys helped me win this. So he's gonna live somewhere up here in the background.
But
wait, he also sent me something else, which I didn't. Just a total bonus. He sent me the Christmas Crocs card game. So apparently they have made a card game.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's some kind of Cool Crocs card game. Oh, dude, this is sick.
Oh, Grinch
Croc. So anyway, yeah, definitely our friends. They've been on Evening Alpha. Awesome project. Show them love and support. And they're so awesome for sending me this shit.
That's so
Scrooge.
Cool. So good.
Yeah.
They've got some anime. They do animation, and they've got a couple episodes, and they're absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, and super cool guy. It was so much fun to have him on Evening Alpha with us.
Yeah, you gotta go ping him in super secret. Oh,
there you go. Some stickers. Dude, he hooked me up.
Oh, dope. That's so cool, man.
This is all stuff we should think about, you know?
Yeah,
Fantasy could use some stuff like this.
This is 2023 for sure.
Yeah.
We need stickers and apparel and all good stuff. I do have to say I have a desire. I have a desire for a Subdued plushie.
I know. And a Heinous plushie. Yes,
and please. A Heinous plushie. I think a Subdued and a Heinous plushie would be pretty badass.
But yeah, super thank you to all you guys who helped me win this stuff. I love it. Thank you.
Hey, congrats, dude. That's awesome. It's so cool. And you got it before Christmas, which is even cooler.
Yeah.
That's wicked. Hell yeah, dude. Congrats. That plushie looks really nice. It looks like high quality.
Dude, it's super high quality. The card game looks super cool. I don't know anything about it. I'm going to figure out how to play it. But yeah, super cool stuff.
Awesome. KG says congrats. And
Thank you.
Galaxy says stellar dude. And Studio Avery says nice. And Willie D says congrats. And Ray just says cool. Awesome. That's really, really awesome.
That is cool. It's very cool.
So I got nothing else for that evening.
Okay.
Do we have anything else, like any updates in comics or top 10s or anything like that, or should we?
The only thing that's worth sharing that's new, it was added recently to the hot list or the to watch list.
Yeah,
is a classic Batman issue. Issue number 423. Todd, you're familiar with this issue.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane did the cover. He did not do the interior.
Yep.
How much do you think this comic runs for right now?
Oh, God. It's all because of McFarlane's cover.
9.4 ungraded.
I'm going to guess.
Guess a price.
I'm just going to guess. 9.4 ungraded?
Ungraded, not graded.
$200.
Wow, really close.
Really?
Yeah. 280.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible, man.
Yeah, I know. Kicking yourself because you probably had it at some point.
Although I do always remember, for some reason, always feeling like that issue was really hard to get.
Yeah. But now when you think of Todd McFarlane and you think of interior art, it wasn't Batman. It was Detective Comics. It was year 2.
Yeah.
He did the interior on a couple of those issues.
Yeah, that was the best.
And I have at least one of them in here. I have part 4 of that story.
Well,
the first 2 issues I believe were Alan Davis.
Well, it was Alan. It was Alan Davis, but didn't it wasn't just McFarlane. It was McFarlane. It was McFarlane and was it Alan Davis inking him or him inking Alan Davis? It was Grant or like Kevin Nolan. No, it was somebody else.
No, it was. No? I think it was all Todd. It was all Todd.
Really? I must be thinking of something else. He did one. What was the one with the dude with the skull and the hook for the?
That's the Reaper.
That's it, right? Yeah, no, it wasn't just McFarlane. It was McFarlane and somebody else.
Alan Davis. Alan Davis did the first 2, I believe.
No, I could have sworn someone like was drawing on McFarlane's art. I can't remember. You're probably right, though. I was probably looking at Alan Davis and thinking that McFarlane was a badass because of Alan Davis.
Yeah.
Regis is looking at the auction. The bread Jordans in that auction will blow up before it gets out on them being there. OG 85Js are Grail level. Yeah, let me go find them. I know. Back when Jordans first came out, I wanted to get some, and like I don't know, I just never did, and now I regret the hell out of it because I was actually a big fan. And let's see here, let me share screen.
Jordans, as in tennis shoes.
Shoes.
Yeah, I have a buddy that was into those. I was never into tennis shoes.
Yeah, these are like, I mean, they're actually really good condition too. Breads. Let's see. Original size 6. Released 1985. Let's see. It started in 1985, so that's the first year. As I'm trying to see, Jordan himself referred to the colorway as devil shoes, and he wore the style for the majority of the 1984-1985 season. This colorway offered here are true grails in every sense of the term. Smaller size pairs were not able to incorporate the air technology in the sole, which is why the wing logo states sky instead of air. The bottom 3/4 of the shoes, This is just quality. They come in the original box. That's crazy. And they still have the original $29.90 price tag on the Foot Locker.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Look at that. You got the original box. That's crazy.
All right, check this out real quick.
Yeah, these shoes, what do you think these would go for? I bet you it's got to be like 15, 20K.
There are insane people that collect shoes. So you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars.
I'm curious what Regis would think about it, because Regis says he's into shoes. Very few from 85 still look around. Yeah. Avery says Drew rocks them New Balance dad shoes. Regis says easy 20K. Yeah, it'll probably go for that. That wouldn't surprise me. Oh, let's see what this is.
All right, so you're familiar with this issue. I just this is up here for just for reasons. This is a cover you're familiar with.
Yeah.
The next issue was Alan Davis art.
Oh wow.
569. He actually did the art on like several issues. Wow. I had some of these. They are gorgeous. The next one is 570. I actually thought about picking this up. The store here in town had it, and it was like $25. And I'm like, oh, I remember having this issue. It was just,
dude, he was just always good.
Oh yeah. And then this one, another great one. And then this one.
Wow.
And then this one. I remember having this one too.
Yeah, he's already got the style. Like that's Alan Davis.
Yeah, and this was back in 80, 85, something like that. But then the next issue is the one that he's probably, when it comes to Batman, is probably best known for.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not this one. The next one. The next one after this one. Yeah. This one.
Oh yeah, yep.
Which was year 2, part 1, and I was wrong. He did the first issue. McFarlane did the second, third,
Alcala. That's
and
why.
fourth.
Yeah, it's Alcala's inks.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't Alcala ink it?
Yep. Actually, I have this issue. I have parts 1 and part 4.
Yeah.
So
those are great, man.
Yep.
Those are so good.
What's so crazy about this is in the story, this panel, this image is actually a panel in the story. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not.
That's so good. Wait, go back. Let me see some of the other McFarlane. Yeah, that one right there is so good, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are such classics. It's the Batman Year 2, for whatever reason, the covers are extremely memorable.
Yes, especially this one.
Yeah,
which most people know Batman doesn't use a gun. Yeah. But this image is like, for a Batman story, is like a punch to the face, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's such an easy cover. It's such a simple cover. You know?
Yeah, it really is. Powerful, man.
Yep. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
That's awesome. Well,
yeah.
God.
What was I going to say?
Oh, look who's here.
What's up?
Hey.
My internet started working. I turned on the Wi-Fi on my phone and it connected. And I was just like, oh, shit.
Well, that's all we have time for tonight, guys. See you later.
Bye, guys.
How's it going, man?
Oh, dude. So fucking pissed off. The internet went out. Like I texted you, started streaming a movie. And like my internet's working because I'm in my room streaming a movie on my phone. You text me and say it's going to work. I go in here to get my computer up and running. And by the time I get my computer up and running, I was like, wait, what's going on? I look at my internet, nothing's working. I look at my phone, Wi-Fi's down. I'm like, what the fuck?
The only problem I have right now is that there's 2 Andrews. And KG agrees. He says 2 shots of Andrew are too much.
Oh. There we go.
Only slight improvement.
Slight improvement.
I love the way that Avery said that Drew rocks them New Balance dad shoes.
Yeah, yeah. It's it's like the official dad shoe. New Balance with white socks with the white like knee high socks.
Oh, you know what I found? I thought was interesting at the bowling alley last night. They had the shoes, the bowling shoes, actually had Velcro flaps, so you didn't have to lace them up. You just Velcroed them. I thought that was cool. That was cool.
Avery, we were going through old school art that led up to the Solar Mannequin sketch. I was like showing this one, you know.
Oh wow, yeah, that's that era. You had this whole era where you would do everything on your drawing but finish the face. And it was an era of your art, like a good year.
But it was inspired by Rommel and the fact that he did that all the time too.
Well, Rommel didn't finish any piece ever, hardly ever, which is insane because he was always so talented. He was so good. Oh yeah,
right. We're not saying the name of the character, but because he may appear later on. But oh yeah, I should show this. This was like later on.
Somebody's gonna steal it?
No, I don't care about that. It just want to keep suspense, bro. Okay. This was This was like a sample I did. Oh, when was this? This was, I don't remember. This was much later though, like way tighter.
Oh yeah. That was, you were at Cartoon Network when you did that.
Yeah, I think it was still at Cartoon Network.
Yeah, at least Cartoon Network or Primal.
Yeah.
Because that's when you had that style.
Yep. Yeah, it's all the same. It's all the same, but all different. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I was really just wanting to show like, I got brought out the portfolio here, kind of like that looser style. Oh man. Let's see. I'm trying to see what we got here. I got tons of art here. But yeah, just kind of pulling out like some of the samples, like looser sample stuff, just to show the differences and how it works. And I don't know, I was kind of curious, like to see myself, like how it would make the solar mannequin thing feel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty neat.
Yeah. Plus, it's cool to see the characters interpreted differently.
Yeah. Oh wait, check this out.
Oh, I forgot about that page.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Right.
That's really good.
It's not bad. Yeah. It's rough, you know, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
like you got good fast once you went to college. You did that in college.
Did I?
Yes. That's your college style.
Did I sign this? I don't think I signed this. But I think you're right. I think
that's the same. That's because that's the same era as those Savage Dragon pages.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Totally. Let's see what I got. Let's see what else I got. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I got. This was. I started experimenting with like spray paint and stuff on pages and all kinds of weird shit.
Using black acrylic instead of white ink because you wanted a flat black on the original.
Okay, let's see what this is. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna show because these pages are faded, but okay.
I think people would enjoy a sketchbook of your older stuff, along with that. Also had like your prelims for adult fantasy.
Oh, maybe
all your prelim work plus a bunch of your like earlier work and personal artwork.
But you're probably right, but it would be painful.
Yeah, but it'd be fun. Oh yeah. Also throw in some of your paintings and stuff, and I think it would be cool.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Check this out. This is
you have 3 artists on there who regularly produce stuff who have years of.
You're flashing your telephone number on the back.
Oh, am I? Oh yeah, I had. Oh yeah, that was my old number.
Yeah, that's his old number from like 20 years ago.
Yeah, okay. But like that's my. I mean, you know. But yeah, these are my sample pages. Like, look at that.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Oh yeah.
Old Cyberforce.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong? Couldn't it draw women?
No, it was horrible. Look at that.
No, we all had problems with that shit now.
Oh God, so hard.
Don't you judge, Andrew. We're gonna whip out some of your old stuff.
Yeah, really.
No judging. No judgments.
No judgment.
Oh, by the way, Todd, I've got the Mark Brooks rant up if you want me to read it.
Oh Jesus.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Hold on. Before that, I'll show one more page. This was a little bit better.
Mark Brooks is a lunatic.
Hold on.
He's a really good artist doing the worst crap of his life and taking it out on everyone else.
Check this out.
Oh my gosh.
This is what I meant. This was like a college piece.
Yeah.
And so I was saying like when I got to college, I got way tighter because I was like, I need to get work in comics and stuff.
Yeah.
So this was like college. This was like way like.
But that's before you found that style. You did those Spider-Man pages I have.
Did you show that page to an editor and they ripped you apart because the eyes were wrong?
So here's the deal. So this page actually means a lot to me for reasons. But basically what happened was I was doing the rounds and I was at a convention, and so if you ever did the convention thing, what you'll find out real quick is that like the editors will tear you up. They'll say your anatomy sucks, your storytelling sucks, your perspective sucks, blah 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 blah. But as you continue to do this for years, all of a sudden their criticism is less and less and less, right? And so I finally got to the point where I started showing these samples, this page and the story that came with it, and the editors that I was showing it to had nothing to say. They were like, "This is great," and I'm like, "Awesome! I'm getting a job, right?" Like I just didn't understand. Like no one offered me a job, but they had no criticism. And that's because I was young and I didn't really understand how business works or I mean, it was also like the market was crashing. They were all like, hindsight being what it is, those guys were all like terrified they were going to lose their jobs or something. But so I'm not going to say names, but a very well-known Marvel editor. I showed him the work and he was like, "This is great." And I was like, "Okay, so do I get a job? Like, how does this work?" And he was like, "Oh, well, this is really good, but cause he didn't want to tell me that he wouldn't hire me. So instead he came up and he said, well, the only problem, there actually really is a problem there, and that's that Spider-Man, his eye sockets, his eye shape is too small. Because at the time it was like the Todd McFarlane.
It was still the leftover from Todd McFarlane era.
The big Spider-Man eye phase. And I was like, yeah, but I really prefer like the old school 1960s style, like, the smaller stuff. So I just kind of drew it in that style. And he was like, yeah, but it's, unfortunately there's a problem, it's not correct. And I was just like, well, I swear to God, I said, I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly what I said, but I basically said, hold on, I'm going to get my pencil and I'm going to fix it for you. And he was just, because I was like, if that's the only problem, I'll fucking fix it right now. I need a job, dude. And he was like, no. I mean, you should, keep working at it. And I was like, man, this motherfucker's full of shit. And to top it off, here's the kicker. Not 3 or 4 months later, maybe 6. Time is weird. I don't remember. But his very next fucking book, I shit you not, was a very famous, I'm not going to mention the book, but it was a very famous book, painted book. He was the editor on, he didn't draw it or anything. But that book brought back Spider-Man with the 1960s eyes.
Yep. And
I was like, you motherfucker, you fuck, like, what an asshole.
And they use the smaller eyes all the time now.
All the time. Yeah. I was like, what? Like, just tell me you can't hire me and I would respect you in the morning.
Yeah, because that's the thing. They couldn't at those conventions. That was PR.
Yeah, it was PR. And they were all afraid that it was like the 90s. They were losing their jobs. You don't know as a kid. You're like, well, you just kind of think like everyone's going to fucking hire you. Here, I'll give you one more. I'll give you one more, and then we'll pass it over to Andrew. Here you go. 2 more. But the same style. This is old. This is like some of my first stuff. Okay. Same style though. All right. Check this out. Avery will remember this. I think Andrew, you'll remember it too.
The Beecham influence era. It's not terrible though.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a teenager, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for the age we were when we did that kind of stuff.
It got Dusty's attention. He's sitting up.
He's like, hey.
How old were you when you drew this?
36?
35. No, it was
17 or 18.
17 or 18, maybe. Yeah.
To this day, his wife still has not seen that original page.
You've come a long way, Todd.
Have I? Have you seen the characters that I create? What are you talking about? Here's the other page. One of the other pages to it.
Oh my god! And that's back when we were using like repeatograph pens and brush and
spray paint and white out and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So horrible, man. So bad.
It shows your potential, though. It was there. It was always there.
I appreciate it, man.
Think of the dudes who were in their 30s and 40s, who were our age, trying to do indie comics, who still draw that way or less.
It's true. It is true. A lot of those Indiegogo books, you're kind of like, good luck.
I don't name names because I don't want to hurt people's feelings, and not every panel I do is a masterpiece either.
Yeah, for sure.
I still have the things I need to learn and grow.
Of course.
Or at least be consistent, like my best on every panel.
Yeah.
Because that's something you have to always fight and struggle with. But some of these dudes, their basic skill level is still where we were at. And
it's pretty low.
And
so
I'm not saying they won't get good. It's just we were ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
they can absolutely get good.
Who's going to show something? I cut it off so someone could show something.
Who do you think?
Andrew.
Oh yeah,
Andrew wants to show. Well, Dusty showed his package. Now Andrew wants to show his.
The camera's not wide enough for that.
I said your package, not your ass.
Yeah, but that is my best package. I mean, so
dear.
this is an image. This is an image that is going around right now. Do you remember when the somebody had created like a mission statement for SJW comic book creators, and they all kept sharing it? You know, well,
are we going?
This is the new one.
We're going. How deep? Wait a minute. How deep are we going?
I was just going to read the statement that Mark Brooks made about AI generated art. That's it.
All right.
Okay.
But this is the image that they're showing on Instagram that they're sharing.
Okay.
Because I saw it not only on Mark Brooks's page, but also on Mike Magnola's page, and yeah. No.
Oh yeah, everybody's pasting that. Some people are drawing, and I'm just like, it's like, listen, losers. Your corporate overlords are eventually going to replace you with AI. Period.
Yeah. Well, here's his statement. He says, AI seems fun and easy. It's startling what platforms like Midjourney can do. I'm sure many of us have had fun playing with it and punching in a few word prompts. But make no mistake, you are not an artist. You didn't create those images. They were created by a program using actual artists' work. Artists that spent years and or decades to learn their craft. The artwork they post didn't just take hours or days to produce. It took years of practice and learning.
Let me cut in for a second. They literally don't understand how AI works.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's literally not taking from other artists. It's doing exactly what they do. I mean, this is why it's called artificial intelligence. It's not collaging. It's not cutting and pasting from other. It's not like cutting and pasting from a Google search. It's learning style and making an attempt to create a style just like they do. That's the scary thing.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing. It's learning how to draw in a style you're asking it to draw in if you choose to. If you type in Jim Lee, it's not going to pump out a Jim Lee image. It's going to pump out a Jim Lee style because it's learning what that style looks like. It's not, but it's completely original art.
Listen.
There is no copyright. There's no fear. The reason it exists and isn't being sued into oblivion and can't be sued is because, or at least not legally anyway, is because it's not copyright infringement. It's not copy pasting. It's inventing itself.
There's a meme out there that's like, artists be like, once I learn how to draw hands, it's all over for you bitches.
Yeah.
The same for AI. Once it learns how to draw hands, it's all over for you bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are professionals that are worried about their jobs.
Yeah.
But he says
that's what happens when you work for corporations. Once they got a robot to do your job, you're gone.
Yep. Avery, you'll get a kick out of the rest of this. Have fun with AI, but don't you dare call yourself an artist. You created nothing and you learned nothing. You typed in a few words and watched a program take the hard work of other artists to create something for you. You created art in the same way using a self-serving yogurt machine means you created yogurt. Perhaps worse because at least you paid for the yogurt. You're not talented, skilled, or special. You're using a self-service machine for fun, and that's it. If you want to legitimately create art, pick up a pencil or a lump of clay. Otherwise, you're just a hack, and everyone knows it.
So I just want to preface this. I said this earlier, just so that I take this stuff very seriously, and I just want to make sure that I understand the rules because they always change. Okay. So just so that I'm aware, photographic reference is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Google image search is okay.
Yep.
3D Poser and Daz 3D, that's okay.
Yep.
architectural programs like SketchUp and all that, that's okay.
Yep.
Maquettes are okay.
Yep.
Photoshop is okay.
Yep.
Okay. But the AI is not.
They used to say the same kind of stuff about digital art and digital painting and
Is it
digital
the same thing about Photoshop and Painter and everything? It's not
everything
real
else.
paint.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. They said almost the exact same shit.
The
about all
same
the same
thing
stuff.
with the. I remember the arguments with Photoshop.
Yeah.
You're not a painter. You're not painting. It's not a real brush. Idiot.
Yep.
You remember when people were using Poser and it was obvious they were using Poser?
Yeah.
And nowadays there's people that use it and you have no clue.
Nope. It's about skill.
Yep.
It's about skill.
Well, here's how you can tell. And I know because I've made the mistake because doing stuff when I was working for other people. I want to get something done real fast because the money sucks.
Understand that when I say
you just use the figure and it sucks.
Yeah. Understand that when I say it's just a tool, I'm actually talking about Midjourney and not Mark Brooks.
When I say he's a tool, I'm talking about Mark Brooks.
Yeah, what a dick. That guy honestly is a real asshole. So I don't.
Oh,
I
so
don't
you
have no
know,
problem,
he did have a follow-up.
Oh, good.
He said, my last post really triggered a lot of you no-talent douchebags, so let's do it again. To reiterate, you have no skill or talent. You punch in some words and watch a program take real artist work to output an image. You took a helicopter to the top of the mountain and you pretended you climbed it.
But I'm at the top of the mountain, bitch. You're not dead in the snow, you fucking loser.
AI isn't going anywhere. Learn to use it as a tool and calm down.
Yeah, it's really not that. You know what I really want to do? You know what my first instinct was, and I might do it. Is like taking that logo and having it as a prompt reference, and then making the AI like make a no AI
AI image
logo.
Oh,
do it.
What a douche. What a dick.
You can make an AI image of him as a clown.
That's true.
Just pop it on there.
That's right.
He's a fucking clown.
That's right. What we should do is you just do like a roll his name and like get a bunch of images and then post it and say, look, I'm Mark Brooks now. And then he'll be like, hey, that looks nothing like my art. And I'll be like, oh, does it? Interesting. You fucking idiot. I just can't stand people.
Yeah.
Like he's a real that dude.
What about what I do when
these guys, so many people without going on a fucking soapbox, so many people in comics like literally are the worst human beings ever.
Yeah, and they all think they're good people. They all think they're a good
horrible people. It's really uncanny.
They all think they're a good person.
Absolutely. But this is something that a lot of people are posting.
Oh, dude, it's all over Instagram. the fake the AI with a line through it, and it's
Tony Tyler Draws responded. The absurd thing is people are telling artists they love and respect that they should come around. Why? Why should they respect a technology that seeks to replace them in the most unethical way possible? Guess what? If I could create an AI image and sell it to Marvel as a cover, and I do it quicker, faster, and for less money, you're damn right they would replace you in a heartbeat.
I told. Here's the thing. Here's what these clowns don't really realize. It's all about the tool set. You have two choices. You can bitch about it and not do it, and fall for this fake peer pressure of you not doing it, or you can be the one that can figure out a way to bake the tool into your tool set to make you draw better, faster, smarter, right? And get like twice as much work. Because now, or more, because now you've figured out another shortcut into your process where it used to be you draw on paper, and I still like drawing on paper, but you still draw on paper, and then you would scan it in the computer, and you'd have to scan it and then send it, or even before that, like draw on paper and then ship it, and now everything is digital.
Yeah.
Why? It's not a real pen. Hack. It's not real ink, loser. Like, but it's a shortcut. It saves so much time. You know, these people don't know what they're talking about. And here's the thing. Mark my words. 5 years from now, they're all going to be using it. They might not even. They'll never admit to it, but they're all going to use it. They're all using it.
So here's another one. You're absolutely correct, Mark. So many of the on the side of AI say that it's just a tool or will actually help artists are misguided. I'm reading more about how even in its infancy, AI is replacing video game artists and poster graphic artists. This community has to come together and do all it can to squash this before it gets too big to deal with. It maybe never completely goes away, as some have surmised, but with effort, I bet we can minimalize it.
Why do these people always like take the position and believe that they're like the rebel alliance going against, Terminator or something? Like, we just stand up and fight. And you're like, man, you're a fucking loser. Like, just go away.
Man, I really hate it. I really hate it when artists I like.
It's all people that say they have big
support this,
that look like they have big followings on social media, but when they try to do their own project, that audience doesn't turn up. Because the best way that I see going forward as an artist is to develop an audience that likes you and likes your work.
Yeah,
they come to you for what you do.
Yep. Yeah, it really shouldn't be that big of a fucking problem. It really shouldn't be that big of a challenge. Like, I think I was telling Dusty this yesterday. Like my opinion on how Midjourney and all these tools work, or the things you can do out of it. Like back in the day, and for really 1,000 years, the early maquettes, these guys, were just wooden, right? And they've been using that since the Renaissance. Yeah. Okay. Little wooden maquettes. And then we got good with technology and form factor and injection molding. And we were able to, the Japanese, of course, because they're insanely good designers, came up with something cool like this. I mean, those
are great.
They're great, right? Like, this is more anatomically correct, and I can do the lighting and all that. All Midjourney is doing is this, but wrapped in a style. That's it. It doesn't even have to be like the final style that you were. It's just an added layer of idea inspiration. Like, man, I wonder what this would look like if Alan Davis drew it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I wonder how it would look like if and if you're big enough, if you are a Jim Lee, I wonder what I need a new pose idea because I've been drawing the same fucking 10 poses for 50 years. Like maybe like, let's see, do this, but Jim Lee. Oh, that's an interesting pose. Yeah, I'll draw that and just draw it, like use it as a thumbnail generator or a layout generator or a sketch generator or a character, like for adult fantasy, a character design. Are you kidding me? Like,
yeah, you can get 50 character concept ideas based on one idea. And
oh yeah. In an hour, you can get 50 ideas. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, when people first started doing photo manipulation as an art form digitally, people were like, that's not art. Now it's considered art. Yep. And what do I do with AI generated images? I take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, whatever, and I mash them all together in Photoshop, take different parts. Yep. And I use the same skills that you use for photo editing and photo manipulation to combine different AI generated images for only a few things. Like, not even that often. I've just been experimenting with it, and it's kind of cool.
Yep. Yeah. I don't understand why you wouldn't use it. And I mean, if you don't, the way I look at it is, I'm like, I hope you don't use it. Like, yes, stay far, please. You should stay far away from it. I need time to get better at this. Like,
yeah. Keep Mark Brooks and all those people. Yeah, cool. Don't use it. We'll keep using it.
You're not an artist. Well, you aren't a creator. So there you go. Like,
yeah, you're be like you're a corporate shill.
This gatekeeping of like what art is. Give me a break.
Yeah, exactly.
They also don't think fine artists are artists, or commercial artists are artists, or book illustrators are artists. Like,
and fine artists don't think comic book artists are artists.
That's right. That's the way. It's the game.
It's a lot of snobbery.
Somebody posted a comment This is wrong. Here is where regulation is necessary. This is stealing.
It's not. They literally don't understand what AI is. Yep. They think it's just copy pasting, like it's just like some collage of
what people are bitching on most in this thread is that people using AI are calling themselves AI artists.
What's wrong with that?
They don't like it. They don't like it.
Dude, it sounds like they're being honest about what they did.
Dude, go watch some of these videos of like these guys. They'll render from one AI, and then they'll need to fix the eyes, and they'll use another AI, use straight code. They'll be like, I don't know what this does, but someone made it. You push this button, da da da. They'll fix the eyes in this one, and then they'll say, well, the hands suck. They'll move it over to this one and fix the hands. Like, it ain't exactly. It's not like they're just like hitting button and get gold. Like, they're working. They're actually working on it. Like,
all right, here's a good one. Somebody says, I can see two sides here because I can use this AI as a tool and I'm not copying everything so literally. And the other side is that this kind of tool is really being abused and should be more regulated, I guess. And then somebody responded, AI uses as art prompts or reference is okay. And they tore this person apart. There aren't any sides to stealing people's work, bro. Have you ever collected images for research, inspiration, or a mod board? Everybody has. All artists do that.
And it's not the same. It's not like cutting out and collaging Jim Lee faces or whatever. Like, that's not how it works. All these people are yelling into a void and they look stupid because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah. Well, this is going to continue. It's going to go on. And as soon as we see Mark Brooks using AI to produce his images, I'm laughing my ass off.
He's definitely already using Poser for some of his stuff.
Oh yeah.
Which I have nothing against.
Yeah, well, it's now more acceptable than ever, because so many people do it. But
I love the way that this entire argument sounds an awful lot like the NFT space.
Right?
Right?
Hey, listen, Donald.
Listen, look what everybody said about the internet when the .com crashed. Oh, the fad is over. Where'd the internet go?
Right.
Nowhere. It still became as integral to your business as everybody said it was.
Yeah.
It's just the hype died, and all the people that were basically just running scams or in it for the short term went away. NFTs, I believe, are going to be a vital part of digital distribution in the future.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because it's a great way to distribute any content digitally. Whether animation, art, cards, comics, books, it's fantastic. It's as tradable as a physical copy.
Yep. And
you can prove yours is legit. And like a lot of services, they can't just take it from you.
Yep. Yeah, man. It's a way to invent and it's a way to create. And are there bad things to AI? Yes.
Sure.
Like big time. But this ain't it, man.
Yeah, this isn't Skynet.
Yeah, this isn't it. This is not not yet. You know what I mean? Like, let me tell you what these idiots are missing is that every single feature film, you can go on Midjourney right now and you can look in the feed, and there are people making what looks like still shots from movie sets.
Yeah, that never happened.
And they're fucking gorgeous. They're movies that don't exist. And it looks like they just took a still from a movie. And you're like, what is that? Like, I want to watch that movie.
Have you seen the one that somebody's like, this is stills from the unreleased 1980s Thundercats?
No, that's cool.
Oh my God, dude. It's like, oh my God, if this had came out in the same era as the He-Man movie, it would have been mind-blowing.
Dude, I was doing it. I had this thing where if you do like anything as a Kenner toy or anything as a He-Man action figure, and like you can have like Robert De Niro as a He-Man action figure, and it like looks like a freaking action figure. It's really funny.
Oh wow!
Wow,
it's really funny. People are. It's gonna give people ideas. Like every film company is now, and every artist. It's not even gonna be them. Every storyboard artist is going to be using Midjourney to create their storyboards. They're all going to get raises. And I think, at least maybe with indie films, you're going to get some incredible scenes. You're going to get some of those beautiful movies you've ever seen. And you're going to be like, what the hell is that? And they're going to have used Midjourney in it. I promise you.
Yeah. It's a tool that's going to give independent creators more power.
Yep.
The same way Photoshop and some of these other programs have come down or have become more available, and alternatives to these programs have become cheaper and just as good. That it's making it easier for independent creators to make quality products.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for people to start making AI generated art in the style of Mark Brooks.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's happening right now.
Because I mean, if
you do it right now,
when you find really good fan films out there are fan films now who have CGI in them to the level that TV had just a few years ago. And some people may shit on it, but be like, no, that's an independent guy who did that. That's pretty awesome that they made something that's at least watchable that good when it's like 5 dudes. It's a small team.
Let's do it.
This technology can be very empowering to independent creators. I think that's something they don't like because they got their cushy jobs in the big corporations.
What should we have Mark Brooks paint? Let's just do something simple. We'll do dynamic pose.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
And let's say, give me a character, any character.
Black Cat.
Is that
Sure.
Marvel's?
Yeah,
Yep.
Marvel's Black Cat.
He's drawn her a lot.
Yeah, it might actually come up with an actual black cat, but whatever. Because it's so easy. It's so easy to it just rips off artists. It literally doesn't. In fact, I'm actually a little mad at Midjourney, to be honest, because I think the new version came out, version 4 came out, and it's phenomenal. But I also think they toned down the reference to other artists. Because whereas before, I was seeing their styles in it. I don't see it any. I'm very hard. I don't see it as much. Paused. Why is it paused? That's weird. I've never seen that before. I've never seen it say paused. Okay, let's try it again.
I wonder if an artist can sue Midjourney to have their name removed from the searches, or not from the searches, from the criteria.
Maybe that might come. Oh, look. Hold on. Should we send it to him?
That would be pretty funny.
I wouldn't interact with him if I were you, because
that guy is absolute poison. But
yeah, he's insane. I mean, unless you want to deal with him ranting at you forever. Oh my god.
Yo, these look way better than Mark.
Dude,
that second one looks awesome.
Dude, that is better than Mark Brooks. That's better than current Mark Brooks.
Hold on. Let's he needs to use this so he can improve. Let's hold on. I'm gonna share. Stop screen. Let me share the blow up image.
You're gonna share this with him?
Dude, that's way better than Mark Brooks.
Dude,
that
you
design right there, that costume is awesome.
Which one?
Fix that in Photoshop.
The second one in the corner, the right hand side.
Isn't that cool?
Has nothing to do with a black cat, but I mean, you could come up with a better name.
He's totally going to be using this to get.
Yeah.
This is not his style. This looks way better than what
that actually looks more like Art Germ.
Yeah.
But literally, if you're somebody that can draw and paint that well, but all the mistakes are fixed, You can fix that in Photoshop in a couple of hours.
Yep.
All the problems, you can fix it all.
Yep. Yep.
Maybe a day. Let's say you take a day and really get in there and really slick it up.
I'm so tempted to be like, yo, man, I found a couple of black hat photos that you did that were just fucking awesome.
Dude, you'll have to deal. He will not go away.
No. I will never. The guy doesn't deserve air. So
like he will straight up stalk you.
Yeah. He's legit poison. But look how funny that's just so good. That's like way better than anything he ever did.
I have a print that I bought from him years ago. He used to be like I've talked to him several times, like years ago, earlier in his career.
Mm-hmm.
He was completely civil and nice. His stuff looked good. It looked real good. It was sort of like a little bit of a touch of anime, a touch of Adam Hughes. It's before his stuff got kind of stiff and his compositions got weird lately.
Mm-hmm.
But like it was good. I don't know what's going on with the dude, but there's something else going on in his life and in his mind that he's taking this out on other people.
I know. They're just afraid because this is better than he could do, and I did it in 4 seconds, and I could touch it up in Photoshop and take his fucking job. and instead of like and I mean, and it's not actually completely true because the images aren't that high def, you know what I mean? Like you can get it better and you can upscale it. There are tricks you can do, but
oh yeah.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, like he should just use it and get over yourself.
Yeah. Use it as a thumbnail.
Yeah.
Fix it and use it as a color palette.
It's a reference photo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, look, you know where the lighting is and he knows what some of the colors were. Okay, use it.
Sure.
Redraw it in your own style in your own way and then get
sure.
Going. That's how hilarious though how like good this turned out though.
Yeah.
Midjourney 4 is fucking dope. It's getting better and better and it's just getting started. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, you need an idea for Marvel wants you to do an idea for a Black Cat cover. Let's say you're the guy that's regularly been painting Black Cat covers. So guess what you've probably done? Drawn her in drawn her in 12 poses a year for the covers. You might be a little sick of it. So boom, you just came up with 4 ideas for covers and poses you don't normally draw.
Yeah.
Because we all have our favorite poses we draw characters in. Mm-hmm. I do, you do, and I catch myself sometimes repeating them.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Jim Lee does, McFarlane did, and sometimes I catch myself going, "Oh man, this again." Oh wait, let me see if I can change it again.
Right. And now you have a tool that can actually help you come up with new poses.
Yeah.
You know, it seems to me that if you are an artist, AI is not optional. Either you're going to embrace it and use it as a tool, or you're going to get left behind. Would you say that's true?
Yes. The same with digital. The same as when they invented a lead pencil versus having a chunk of charcoal in your hand.
Yeah. I mean, there is no...
Guess what happened when they invented the light table?
There's no going back. You either use it or you don't. And here's the thing. What they're really upset about is that there's actually going to be like if you think about how fucked up it is, like to be against, at least right now, like all that's going to happen is you're going to get more beautiful things. Right?
Yeah.
It's going to get... What is that, Andrew?
It's way past my bedtime.
All right, we'll head it up.
Oh.
Andrew's passing out. So we'll continue this. We'll continue this later. This is going to be an ongoing thing. I'm glad we covered a lot of shit tonight. That's pretty good.
We did.
Now, is this the last Nerd Den for the year? I think it is.
Doesn't have to be, but it can be.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
All right. Well, we'll see. We will see.
The next two Fridays are the 23rd and the 30th. Neither one of those are holiday days. So
maybe we'll keep Nerd Den. I'll see
Yeah.
if Melissa will allow it.
well, if you don't allow it, we'll do it on my channel.
Okay, fair enough. Sounds
But
good.
we won't invite you. It'll just be me and Avery.
Totally good. Anyway,
What about Dusty?
He used to be my favorite.
If you invited me, Andrew, I wouldn't come anyway. Just saying.
Yeah, I know. That's why I wouldn't invite you.
Oh,
It's a privilege to be here.
he's just jealous.
It's okay. You're welcome. You're welcome.
He's just jealous of that package.
I know.
It's true.
Look, so cute. Look at that.
That's a pretty cool package.
Yeah.
You know, out of context, that's a funny comment.
Good night, folks.
Jesus Christ.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Rageous says sleepyhead. Bad Kitty's popping in. Yeah. Love you guys. Happy Friday. From all of us at Adult Fantasy and Misfit Corner. And
check out Misfit Corner Scams Saturday night at 8 o'clock.
do it. Go check it out. And subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell for notifications. And yeah, we will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Or tomorrow on Misfit Corner Scams. All right. Bye, guys. Love you
Bye.
all. Peace out. Take care. Cheers. It's still live. Why is it taking so long to be live?
Why?
I ended the broadcast. It's just
You
spinning.
ended
It
it.
does not want to end.
Hit it again.
I can't.
No.
It's spinning.
No.
It's just.
It wants to hear my potty story. All right.
It's literally just spinning. I can't.
Have you guys
end it.
ever had a dangler? You know
Oh,
what I mean?
God. Having trouble connecting?